Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank all the speakers before me. I get to learn a lot about IT laws and cyber security laws coming into India. So I'm going to talk about a platform, right? All of you heard Honorable Dr. Gulshan Rai talking about now you can't move away from technology, right? And the attacks are becoming more and more complex, right? So technology is something we have to live with, and cybersecurity has to involve, right, and give you a more visibility without becoming too complicated. Now, before we go into the platform itself, let me talk about the IT trends, what are happening. So work from anywhere is now adopted. 52 CIOs are already now adopted a hybrid model where work from home is the new norm now. Okay. Then digital escalation happened due to COVID-19. A lot of business who wanted the continuity of the business have to go towards the cloud platform or have to adopt some kind of a digital platform to continue to do their businesses. At the same time, if you look at it, cyber attacks have become more complex, right? And the problem what we are facing is that out of let's say 3 companies which are getting compromised out of 4, is due to the lack of cybersecurity skill sets. So we don't have the skill sets, but the threats are becoming more and more complex. Ultimately, this is leading towards your lot of challenges towards your edges, networks, application. And what we are doing, we are putting in a lot of devices. We are now investing heavily into SecOps, right? Few of the solution Gulshan Rai ji already talked about, right? Firewalls, your DDoS solution, your web application firewall, which is good. It's fixing something now what you see, but it doesn't give you full visibility. So what customers are talking about, this is a survey what we did. From enterprise to SMB, meaning from a high-end company to a small organization, all are saying the same thing. They don't get the visibility after putting so much of solution into place, right? They fix some things, but now there are a lot of complexity. So what Fortinet came up with is called Fortinet Security Fabric. The idea behind is that this platform should be able to give you a visibility, a broad visibility of your edges, whether the user is in the organization, at his home, traveling, doesn't matter. It should be able to integrate so the management becomes that much easier for you. You don't have to manage multiple devices, and it has to be automated, right? It has to be AI driven so that it is basically help you with the self-healing networks, right? Lot of times what happens is we know the incidents, but the fixing itself takes a lot of time, right? Now obviously a vendor coming or a corporate coming and tell you this is the platform, you should go about it, doesn't make sense, right, if it's not validated by third party. So Gartner came up with a mesh architect in 2021, I think, if I'm not wrong, and they talked about various solutions talking to each other. This basically means the best of breed has to die out now. The best of breed which are not able to communicate with other devices or other solutions, or who lives in a silo environment, can't exist now. Okay, so this architect was something what they come in 2021, and you can look at it. It's something similar what now we already proposed. Now you can say Fortinet built something what Gartner was proposing, but that's not the case. Fortinet started building this concept in 2012, almost 10 years back, and we launched this platform in 2016. Okay, and if you look at it over the time, we have built in various solution into it. The solution where we didn't have our expertise, we acquired expert companies and build a platform which can integrate with each other. Now, if you look at the overall block diagram, what Gartner talks about, right? We already have our security fabric into it, right? And the idea what Gartner came up was the solution has to integrate, right? They are not talking about vendor creating something and selling it, right? It's about integration of various technologies from various vendors. And that's what we give. We have around 500 plus integration across various platforms, okay? And this is something what we have tested with our platform. So this is not something like I'm just saying for showcasing. This is actually tested, proven, and we have documentation on our side, on the vendor side talking about this kind of integration. Now if we go in depth, what Gartner is talking about mesh architect, right? The deeper level of Gartner mesh architect, it's a concept, right? obviously Gartner being a third party analyst, they don't basically promote a technology, promote a company or something, right? But if you look at on the other side of the screen, right, Fortinet is already there with what Gartner has proposed, right? And I like to thank Gartner to appreciate our security fabric and coming with similar concept, right? So this is what our mesh technology is all about. And now the mesh platform is not something which is like a firewall, okay, or a web application firewall. It's actually a platform where various technologies work together. And we have around 50 plus so technologies which can communicate with 500 other vendors, right? Every company will have some kind of security solution in place, right? We are not going to tell you that now you should start replacing your existing setup. But the to make it easier or make it simpler, you can start building the mesh architect. Just to give you a real life example, lot of discussion is happening around your zero trust, right? Zero trust network access. It's a buzzword which is going around, right? Lot of corporates are talking about this. Now, if you look at it on a block level, right, this is not something which is achieved by a product, okay? A zero trust requires at least combination of 3 or 4 technologies, right? You have to have a firewall, you have to have your CASP kind of a solution, you have to have your endpoint protection solution, you have to have a user authentication, you have to have your multi-factor authentication, and Fortinet has that solution already, right? So, and this is not that you have to depend upon us for each and every component, but each and every component can coexist with your existing solution. And you can create this ZTNA framework. And just to prove this, we did it something similar with a European bank, right? And if you look at it, they had lot of other products, right? Their SecOps team has lot of products because they were spread across cloud. They have on-prem data center, they have branches, and because they were spread out so much, their operation cost was too high, right? And still they were not able to get the full visibility. And if you look at this side of it, Fortinet came into picture. We didn't replace anything, right? We didn't tell them to replace anything. We just made it much easier to get the visibility. We made it much automated for them to not take the action rather than finding out what's the problem and then taking the action. So this is what we achieved. Now, if you look at it, various use cases, right? Whether you are looking at work from anywhere, edge exploration, application journey, right? We have a solution for that, and that solution is a mesh solution only. You can't now have a cyber security on a product. There is no single product which is going to solve your problems, but you have to make sure you are there or you are able to solve it with a mesh platform kind of a solution. Now, just to conclude, I think I'm very fast. Just to conclude this, Gartner in 2000 said in his report, by 2024, everyone or whoever has adopted mesh architect will reduce 90% of their incidents impact, financial impact, right? My submission is, why to wait till 2024? You should start investing into the already R&D platform like Fortinet for last 10 years who has created this particular platform, and secure yourself. Okay, thank you so much.